Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again. As always, what we're going to do tonight, guys, is just have a basic breakdown of what happened in London today. The festival held by Tommy Robinson, the United Kingdom's festival, I believe it was called. Now I've caught up on as much as I possibly can since I've been in the house, hence why this video is quite late, just so I can give you my opinion of what's been going on, really. Well, first and foremost, guys, I've got to say, I thought it was a rousing success. There was no trouble, there was no fisticuffs, there was no violence, there was no bullets for the media to fire it at and smear at it as they usually do when one of these events are held, calling it, far right, Tommy this, Tommy that, fascist, all the rest of that bollocks. We had a wider range of speakers on the stage, ranging from Lawrence Fox, Carl Benjamin, Maya Tousi. There was a young woman there who was sadly a victim of the Rotherham Pakistani rape gangs. She said her piece and how she's campaigning to stop members of Pakistani rape gangs being able to see the children that they spawn through their heinous acts, shall we say. There was also an ex-Muslim lady on there who was telling her story. And there was one, I'm not quite sure if it was satirical or not, but there was some kind of bishop fella on there who came on, dressed up like a bishop, obviously, big cross and the purple robe or whatever, and he was fantastic. My God, he was good. It was like Brian Blessed, the big bearded fellow with the powerful voice, had been ordained. I really did enjoy him. The one thing I will say, one moan, one negative, was the live music, guys. I don't know whether it's my age, I'm becoming a bit of an old stick in the mud, an old fuddy-duddy, but I don't like live music. There was one lady on there, I think she was called Louise. She'd been cancelled from her band and the music industry, that sort of a thing, because she said a trans woman was a man, quoting basic biology. She has my utmost sympathy with that, but my God, sweetheart, you cannot sing to save your life. I had to mute it, I had to mute the video, I couldn't stand it. It was like someone strangling a cat into a microphone. Bloody god awful. But apart from that, guys, a wonderful occasion. It was great to see the crowd chanting, cheering, sea of flags. It made the pride in me of this tiny little damp grey island pump through my body with the clips I was watching. I really did enjoy it. Another small negative I'd like to say, guys. There was one absentee from that whole event, which I'm very disappointed did not turn up. And that person was Nigel Farage. He is a figure for many English men and women who they look up to. He is that one single figure who they think is their saving grace. Someone who can bring the country back to where we were, to be great again, to quote Donald Trump. But he wasn't there. He had something more important to do. When you're a figurehead for so many people, so many patriotic people in this country, those people who vote for your party, you cannot distance yourself from events such as these. It's sacrilege. You should have been on that stage, you should have given a rousing speech, you should have promoted Reform UK, and you should have just turned up, at least, Nigel. It was bang out of order, it was a bad move, you missed a trick there, a massive, massive trick. And of course, as I said earlier, there was one minor little incident at the end of this event. Some police were arresting some patriots in a pub. Now, there is a post from Turning Point UK that does specify that the Met Police were seen to be provoking these people. Obviously, they'd had a drink, they were a bit rowdy, etc., and the police were goading them. I think simply just to get a rise out of them and to make some arrests just to make it look like they're doing the job. Absolutely awful. If you see it knocking about, don't pay any heed to it. I think what Turning Point UK said was absolutely spot on. And one more thing before we go, guys. I'm sorry to keep you, I'm sorry to waffle as I usually do. I want to talk about what happened at Manchester Airport that one more time. I did stipulate in my last video that I would not talk about it anymore, but there has been a massive, massive turnaround in events. There has been CCTV footage released now of what actually happened prior to that Muslim gentleman getting kicked in the head. Two of the chaps, one of them being on the floor, the one that got kicked in the head, was laying the fuck out of these female police officers. I'm not talking a quick write up, I'm talking punch, 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 laying the hell out of them. So there is a lot of justification knocking around to what that police officer did. I stipulated in my last video regarding it, he was doing what he thought was best to protect his colleagues, and I stand by that 1,000,000% now. He should not have been suspended. He was doing what he thought was right in that time, and those Muslims were out of control. I will post it here, guys, but I don't think YouTube would like it, me posting videos of people hitting women, so it's all over Twitter anyway. You'll see it if you want to go and see it. So yeah, that's a massive turn of events. It turns this right on its head. And all the people that were saying, oh, how butter wouldn't melt in these Muslims' mouths, how could you do that to innocent people, they have been extra quiet tonight. Not a single peep. I fucking love it. It is glorious when the tables are turned and these arseholes are made to look even bigger arseholes than they already are. Anyway, guys, I've kept you long enough. Thank you very much for entertaining me for this amount of time. I know I've waffled on a bit, but yeah, I really enjoyed watching that event today. It made me proud to be British, maybe proud to be English even. I'm English before British, everybody knows that. And yeah, I can't wait for the next one. I just hope he makes them nationwide next time. I'm not trotting all the way down to London. I wouldn't go down to London if my life depended on it. It's a shithole. Brings them up north, I'll happily trot along and show my support. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.